Welcome everybody, this is Nourish. This is Thrive Fitness Studio's stretching and flexibility class. This is not a yoga class, this is specifically stretching and flexibility. It is not striking a pose, but instead being in a stretch in the depth that you need for your body today. So make a good choice. Nothing should be painful or have nerves jangling or feel like you're just like holding your breath and trying to hold a pose. That's not the goal. Find where you like, when you wake up in the morning, you stretch and it really feels satisfying. Find that satisfying stretch for you, and that's where you need to be in what we're doing today. So let's come to the centers of our mats. Kevin will be joining in just a second. He's just about here. And let's just start with looking down for a moment and checking the feet. Nice and parallel feet. We sometimes tend to start turning our toes out, especially as people age or get into strange habits of walking. And then you start that kind of rambling gait and start to have posture and balance issues. Let's bring those toes in, nice and parallel. Roll the shoulders back, palms facing forward. Take a deep breath in, reach your hands up, fill up the lungs. Exhale, lower the hands to side body. Little flex in the knees. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come on down. Going to do that one more time, then we're coming into our side bend. Inhale, reach up. Stretch the lungs. And exhale. Headed for our side bend today. I'm going to step my feet just a little further apart, a little more stability underneath the body. Reaching up. Get a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and use that to draw yourself over to the right. I had to get my lefts and rights figured out, sorry. Don't hold your breath. I know you're squishing into your lungs a little bit. Come on back upright, pull up and draw yourself over. Bring that left elbow forward and look at the floor beside you. Just wrap that stretch around. Don't hold your breath. Inhale, sweep that elbow up and over, open up through the chest and let that go. Big circles going forward, big circles. No, this is backwards, Katie. Big circles with your arms. We'll go the other direction next time. Now pause, go the other direction, whatever it might be. And then we're headed to the other side. Okay, inhale, reach up. Get a hold of your wrist with your left hand and draw yourself to the left. If we go too far into these side bends, straighten up. We'll get a little bit sore in our ribs. There's little tiny muscles between the ribs called intercostal muscles. Ribbillators. Don't hold your breath. Come on, let's come on over one more time. Bring the elbow forward, look at the mat beside you. And when those little muscles between your ribs get a little overstretched, they take a while to heal. Sweep that arm back, look up towards the ceiling, and let that go. Another few rotations into the shoulders. We're going to do a little exercise in motion called apple picking. There's apples straight above my head. I don't have to look at them. I have incredible bat sense of where the apples are. I'm going to reach up, grab it, and pull down. Reach and pull down. Now move. Maybe flexing up into your toes a little bit. Just pulling down. Now anybody that's ever actually done a whole bunch of apple picking knows that you don't just pull on the tree, except my good friend Chandra. So we just go, we grab that apple, we give it a little twist, and we pull down. A little twist to take it off the branches. She's going to talk to me later about calling her out in class. Have to have an example. Back and forth. Let's take a pause on that. We're just going to do a bit of a shrug, get into the shoulders here. Okay, so we're going to just, almost like you're angry, but don't do this when you're angry. Okay, we're going to create fists and draw the shoulders up. Breathe in. Exhale, let that go. Open the hands. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, let that go. Open the hands. One more time. Isn't it strange? You almost feel like you're supposed to get angry when you do that. And then let that go. Just relax that and shake that out. We're going to our figure eight walking. I'm going to get out of the way a little bit and cue, and Kevin's going to start doing this. Okay? So you stand at the back of your mat at your right-hand corner. Okay, so do that. And then you're going to do a diagonal and you're going to start to create a figure 8. So he's going diagonal to his right-hand corner, left-hand corner, coming around. And so it doesn't have to be as big as the mat, okay? Now, the thing you're going to do, get going on that. You don't have to watch, you're just doing a figure 8. Don't look at your feet, okay? Start doing that motion and feeling the balance in your body as you go through that. All right, and pause back there. So he's on the left-hand corner, right-hand corner. He's going to look at this plant. So find something over to the side of you about halfway that you're going to look at, and you're going to stay looking at that plant. Well, you're not, whatever it is. So see what he's doing? He's looking, and then as he comes around, his head turns. See if you can get the feel for this. Is a really, really good exercise. Slowly stepping. We're not doing chicken steps, nice and slow. See his gaze stays. All right, pause. And this will gradually become more clear because this is going to be an integral part of our classes. Other corner of your mat. And he's going to do a figure 8 going diagonally the other way. And his focal point this time will be the camera. So he looks at the camera, does his figure 8, see the head turns, and he goes in the other diagonal, slow steps. So good for the proprioceptors of the brain, so good for balance, and you're getting a neck stretch at the same time. All right, let's come to a pause. Something quite different, I'll admit. All right, come to the center of your mats. We're gonna be standing nice and parallel. Can you go sideways for this, Kevin, please? Okay, so you can have 2 different views of this. Feet are parallel here, and we're going to be coming down, hands onto the thighs. So legs are straight right now. We're going to shift into one leg and bend the other knee. So see how he's got that pushed back? Once you've got it, just look at the mat. Don't get in your head too much. Let's just shift the other hip back, straighten that leg, bend the other knee. Shift again, straighten. That hip flexes up and the other hip drops down. One more time. This is known as a runner's stretch as well. It's really good for just lengthening out, stretching through the hamstrings. One more time. And come to a halt, come to upright. Okay, whether or not you need to have something to put your hand on for the next one, or even use a strap if you need to, we're going to kick it up into a quad stretch here. So foot up into hand, knees are parallel. Standing nice and tall, don't get crumpled down into this. Let's get upright. See the knees side by side. And snap your knuckles, why not? Sure. Let's just start a little isometric stretch with this. You can probably feel this in your quads. Let's press the foot into the hand and resist. Now stop pressing stop pressing the foot into the hand, just squeeze. And you'll get a little deeper in that stretch. And you find the balance in your body, find a focal point, and bring the knee up to chest. Open the leg to the side, hardest part. I like doing this in the pool much better. Knee to center, and put that leg down. Let's go to the other side. Don't hold your breath through that. Kick it up. There you go. And squeeze. Just stay with a simple stretch to start. Then we start the resistance. Press the foot, start the resistance, and resist with the hand.
You don't have to go into dance.
You don't have to go into dancer's pose. Kevin's taking it to another level there, but that's all right. Stop pressing and just squeeze, and you should get more engagement in the stretch. Knee to chest, give it a hug. Open to the side. Bring it back to center. And put that down, just walk that out for a second. Grab your straps. And if you don't have straps, you can still go into the positions we did. It's just that extra little bit of support. It's not that we're leaving you out of this piece, just go through the motions without a strap. Kevin's gonna give you the back view of this. We're gonna take the strap into our right hand, drop it down behind. Okay, and I'm just gonna show you on Kevin. Do you see how his thumb is pointing downwards? That's how you know you've got your hand in the right position. So organize that. Now grab the other end of the strap with the other hand around your waist or hips there. Okay, he's got his quite high, so you might want to have it a little bit lower to start with. Thumbs facing thumbs, pull up, pull down. Okay, if it's just too much and you're having to pull a long ways, shorten up that strap, but let's glide. Glide. Looking for it. So if you're not got a strap, you're just going to be moving that top hand up and down, mostly, is what you're going to be doing right now. Okay, let's pull down as far as you can. Pause. Walk that bottom hand up and catch the strap as close to the other hand as you can. Holding a static stretch. Stand tall. Don't look down. Don't get tucked into your neck on this. Let's look forward. Breathe it out. Let that go. Just shake it out. Is my mic in a good place? Yeah, okay. Shake that out for a second. Going to the other side. Take that strap in the left hand. Drop it over. Thumb facing down. Grab it at your waist with the other hand. Draw down as far as you can comfortably go and up. If you have lots of shoulder issues, you need to make some good choices. If you've had shoulder surgery, you might even be doing this in front of your body right now. That might be all you have for today, but just do what you can and do the right one for you. Okay, let's pull down as far as you can. Walk that bottom hand up and get a closer grip. Maybe you even link your fingers together and hold. That's the goal, to link hands together. Holding, holding, using the strap until you get there. Let it go and just shake that out for a minute. Let's drop the hands down. We're still going to use our straps for one more thing here. We're going to do, the straps are going to be about 2 feet apart, 60 centimeters Canadians.
Is that right?
It's pretty close to right. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Okay. The shorter the strap is for this next one, the easier it is. But we want some tension between the strap. Lift it up above your head. Nice and tall. And now just draw your arm over to one side. The other arm comes aligned with the head. Back and forth. All right, this is not me tipping to the side. I'm standing very straight and just drawing an arm up. Too easy? Go wider. That's your cue for a wider strap then, and more ask out of that stretch. Let's pause. Bring the hands down for a second. Just give those muscles a break. I always say we're not electricians. I don't know how they do overhead lights for hours. Seriously, it's amazing. We're coming back up with those straps. A little bit of tension in them. Let's take that left hand forward and the right hand behind the head. So you have like a 45-degree angle. I'm not turning, I'm looking forward. Pull with the back arm. Pull with the front arm. Gliding on that 45-degree angle while looking forward. So good for the shoulders. Don't get fatigued yet. Hang in there. We got a little bit more. Bring it to square. Right arm forward, left arm back. Draw it back. Draw it forward. Gliding through. And to the front, lower that down. Let's put them down. We're done with the straps. I don't remember if we need them later on in this class, but we're done for now with them. Don't throw them away. So we're gonna do something, like we've done a lot in the shoulders. We're gonna do a counter stretch for the shoulders. We're not fatiguing them further. We're just doing a counter stretch here. I'm gonna turn around backwards for this. And this is where we clasp the hands together. And Kevin's using a strap because sometimes if you have a lot of muscles and bulk here, it's really hard to grab the hands behind the hips here.
Well, I can do that just fine.
Yeah.
It's just when I lift.
Oh, that's where you end up, yeah.
Spread them.
Yeah, his lats, spread them. Point your finger, roll those shoulders back, and just strike down towards the floor. Okay, if I'm locked into my shoulders like this, I'm not gonna get anything out of this. I have to roll those shoulders back and strike down. Now relax, clasp the hands, and we just come into any amount of forward fold. Bend the knees, forward fold, and start to lift the hands. Any amount. Okay, you might be very, very much at the beginning of this journey. I sound funny when I'm talking upside down. And come on up. Oh my goodness, that's a lot, isn't it? Let's counter stretch that. Cross the hands over, press the palms together. And now we're rolling those shoulders forward and press. Nice slow deep breath in that. For a moment, look down. Which forearm is in front? Unwind and put the other forearm in front. We tend to do things exactly the same every single time. Let that go, shake it out, and we're gonna go to our forward fold sequence. Okay, so feet are nice and parallel here. We're just gonna come into a forward fold, very simply. This is a hinge at the hips, not into the rib cage. And we're gonna keep our knees bent because we're gonna be really friendly about this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, start to swan dive into that forward fold. Bend the knees, drop the head and the shoulders, hands on thighs. Can you let your head just hang? Gravity just releasing all that pressure in your cervical spine. Straighten the legs a little bit. Bend the knees a little bit. Roll up to standing. It is your choice at this point. You can take it down to the floor or put your hands on the thighs again. We're going back to the forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Knees are bent for everybody, but decide where you stop, the floor or your thighs. Knees are bent. Drop that crown of the head. Don't look at the camera right now. Straighten the legs, any amount. Bend the knees and roll up to standing. Let's step the feet just a couple of footprints apart here. Still nice and parallel. We're gonna go into a squat, a straight down squat. Inhale, reach up. Instead of a forward fold, we're just sinking down into that squat, staying gazing forward. I need a prop. There we go. Come on, up again, press through. Now some people go very deep and they're gonna go much slower. Find the squat that you can do today. Look at Kevin, like he's got so much flexibility. Come on, up. So that was a knee tracking forward squat. Gonna just turn those toes out now. Heels are in. And our knees are gonna track to the side, much more like a sumo squat here. Gonna just reach it up. We're gonna come into cactus arms as we come down. Come down into your squat, knees track wide, pull the shoulders back. Strike it up towards the sky. One more time down into the hips. Come on up. Let that go, walk it out a little bit. Going into our lunge, every Nourish class will have a couple of moves from the previous one, plus new ones. We're gonna cycle through them. This is from last class as well. This is a lunge stretch. So we have right leg in front of the left. Okay, make sure you've got that space between the feet, like you're stepping on railroad tracks, and sink into your lunge. Just hands on the thigh very lightly, just for posture. And press into that back heel. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. We're gonna straighten it out into almost like a pyramid pose. We're gonna straighten the leg, the hip comes back, and we start to drop the head down. Just hands on thighs for a little bit of balance. You can turn out that left foot for more stability if you need to. Come on, forward, shoulders raised, we move into the lunge. Decide if you're taking it down to the mat or staying here. Straighten it out. Tuck the chin, any amount into the pyramid. And then shoulders come forward, knee bends. Bend that back knee, spring out of it and come forward and come on up to standing. We don't usually do it that way, but okay. We usually come up and then go to the next step. Other foot forward. Straighten out your hips with the front of your mat and sink into your lunge. Now straighten that leg, start to drop the crown of the head. Hands just slide down to wherever you're comfortable. Think of this, your knee comes forward, your shoulders raise. I went right to the floor and I don't even know why. All right, one more time, down to the pyramid pose. Hips come back, straighten out that leg, tuck the chin. Can you bring your forehead a little closer to your shin? And then bring the weight balance forward into lunge. You might be in the elevated one, wherever you need to be. If you're way down here, we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna bring our hands up to the thigh. Bend that back knee and spring out of it and walk out of it. Can I hand this to you while I get us some water? And you can do the Yeti stretch.
Sorry, everyone.
No, he's great.
All right, so we're going to get centered over the top of our heels here, hips over heels, and we're going to step forward with our left foot, and place our right hand diagonally upward. So you've got opposite hand and foot, and then reach backward with the opposite hand. So we're 1 foot forward, opposite hand forward, and reaching back also. Remain facing forward, shoulders forward, so we're just in our shoulders, and then step back. We're going to step forward, reach both directions, and then step back. One more time like that. We step forward, reach in both directions. Shoulders are still squared with the room. Reaching forward and backward energetically, and step back. This time we step forward, we reach, and we continue to spin so that we're now facing the side wall, and you're ready for your Yeti photograph, because this is the way every Sasquatch ever looks.
Whenever they take a picture of a Sasquatch, you catch him in this position.
And now come on back. Now we're going to do the other foot forward, so that's a step forward with, for me it's right, opposite hand forward.
Left foot forward, opposite hand forward.
And opposite hand back. Reaching, step back, step forward. Gaze is square, shoulders are square, reach is energetic. Come back, one more time like that. Stepping forward, reaching energetically, opposite hand to foot. Step back. And on the last one, we step forward, we reach, and then we continue that turn so that we're now facing the side wall, ready for your Yeti photograph. Fantastic, that's great, Katie. And come on back. There you go.
Thank you so much. Let's come down to the mats. We're going to be on the mats for the rest of the class. You can be on a chair, whatever you need to do. Coming down into child's pose. If you're in a chair and you're doing your child's pose in a chair, just make sure you sit forward on that chair, feet are flat on the floor, and we hold child pose in that forward fold, but you instead will float back and forth to that pose from the chair. You won't just hold hanging. There's a lot of pressure into the heart and chest cavity if you just stay like folded over top of your knees. That's all I will say about the chair version of that right now, but let's go. Knees are wide. Toes are kissed together behind, and we're just going to sink the weight back into towards the heels there. Walk your hands out and bring the forehead down. Now this is a great place to have a rolled up towel or a yoga block if you can't get your forehead to the mat. You can always stack your fists and put your head on stacked fists. But I'm going to cue from full extended arms, forehead and nose touching the mat. Spread the fingers wide. And don't blow out your mic, Katie. I'm really close to my mic right now, so I'll be careful. But let's cue through all the details of this pose. First of all, your forearms should be on the mat. If they're elevated, you are too extended in your arms. Bring the hands back. Bring the forearms down. Spread your fingers really wide. Push each fingertip into the mat and then your thumb. Let's just move on down to shoulders and neck. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, sink into the mat. Think of the space between your shoulders, the part of your spine between your shoulders, that we end up just hunched over in today's daily life. We just end up really kind of hunkered up through the shoulders there. Let's just press through the elbows and kind of arch that part of the spine up, and then relax between the shoulders, sink down. With the palms of the hands, press yourself back into your hips. Feel that extra engagement there, and then relax. Dig the fingertips into the mat like you're trying to pull yourself off the top of your mat, and then relax. Walk your hands back towards your knees there and come on up. Bring your shoulders up. We're taking our child pose into a side version of that. So turn to face your right knee and put your hands one on top of each other in front of that knee. Now slide them out on that diagonal and gradually come down to where you need to be in this side stretch. What you should feel is a stretch from the fingertips all the way down to the hip bone on the left side. Don't hold your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, melt over top of that knee. Soften the elbows. Don't be too extended. Such a good side stretch. I'm going to press through the hands. Actually, let's take that right hand back by the knee. This really helps. Take it back by the knee. Use that to press yourself and bring yourself upright. If you really want to do something crazy, you will just use your abs and just pull those hands back, but we can use the support instead. Let's walk it over to the left. Stack the hands and just start to walk them out. I've got a lot of things going on over here. And lay yourself down over top of that thigh. Deep breath in, exhale, look for that melt and drape. Soften through the shoulders, soften through the jaw. Bring your left hand, put it beside your knee, and press to lift yourself back up. We're going to do a twisted child pose, and then we're going to move out of this. So twisted child pose is bring those hands forward, almost stacked in front. Now this, see my arms are elevated here? Okay, once you've got that, put your head down, look underneath one arm. Hi, Kevin. And slowly go and look underneath the other arm.
You're putting your face right on your mic.
And turn.
Yeah, you're dragging your neck on your mic.
Details, and turn. Feel that in your thoracic spine. There we go. And we're coming up to cross-legged. I wonder if I move my mic down, it would be a little bit better. So coming to cross-legged, and again, stay in your chair if you need to be. Okay? It doesn't matter which shin is in front for this part, but what we would like to have you do is be aware. If I'm cross-legged like this, you see that I'm kind of back on my sacrum? Okay, this is really hard for us to do things. So what we need to do, put the hands up and pop the booty underneath, get that spine aligned, and then cross. Could you go sideways for this next exercise? Okay. So we got our legs crossed. And if this is a lot for you, sit on a yoga block. Lift up and get some release in that hips. Hands are stacked on top of each other, and we put them on the mat in front. Okay? We're gonna just take our left hand on top of the right. Any amount, come into a forward fold, elbows go wide. Now press through the hands, straighten and lift the gaze. Feel those shoulders roll. Come forward, we are in the hips, the elbows bend. This is a complex stretch. Press through, lift the gaze, shoulders roll forward. Last one for this, come on down. Any amount. Kevin is very flexible. I do not have my forehead on the mat. Come on, up. Now here's another detail. I'm gonna leave that right hand down on the mat. Look at that right hand and reach the left hand on the high diagonal behind you. Once you've got the position, stop looking at the monitor, look down at your hand on the mat. We're really doing a neck stretch here, and that's important. Now look back. Can you catch sight of that thumb behind you? Now look down at the mat, at the hand on the mat. Look back, follow the thumb, bring the hand around, and put it on the mat. Forward fold. Press through. And just lean back, change which shin's in front. That's mostly just change which shin, so you're doing something a little different with your hips. Hands stacked, this time right hand on top of left. Come into any amount of forward fold. Do you have to adjust your seat bones to be able to do this? Push through, extend through the shoulders, lift the gaze. Tuck the chin, come on down. Push through, extend and lift. One more time, down. Come on, up. Let's look at that hand. We're leaving the left hand on the mat. Look at your left hand and take the right hand high diagonal. Feel it in your shoulders, feel it in your neck. Look back softly, don't get too much in the neck. Look down, tuck that nose to shoulder. Look back, look down. Final one, look back, and hand comes with the gaze. And a final forward fold. on up. Your legs can be in any position you wish it to be for the next part. I'm going to get out of cross-legged and go into straight-legged, but it doesn't matter. We're focused on a neck stretch next, so you can be in any seated position you like. You can be in cobbler's pose if you want. Okay. So we're going to just kind of stack up a neck stretch here, and you decide where the right place is for you. First, we're just going to lower the right ear to the shoulder. Just see how that feels today. Now let's extend the left arm out. Does that actually feel good to you? Okay. You can bring it back if it's too much. If it's great, we add the weight of the other hand to the side of the head. This is not a pull. This is just the weight of the hand, a little bit of gravity, slowly breathing into that stretch. Too much and getting jangly, walk the hand back. Take the ego out of the stretch. Let's bring that hand back to our lap. Take this hand behind our head, clasp the back of the skull, and just tuck the nose towards the shoulder there. So feel that base of your skull, just get a little bit of traction and pull some of the compression out of your cervical spine there. Slowly, gently release the traction and come to center. Look as far as you can to the...
Pulling outward, not down. You're not pulling your nose into your armpit. You're
pulling on that diagonal.
Your ears up toward the
Yeah, it's a diagonal tension. That's a good detail. Let's look as far as we can to the right and to the left. One more time. We'll go slow. If you ever get into any kind of class where the teacher has you swinging your head around like crazy because she wants her neck stretches to be so fast, just do your own thing there. You need to do these slowly. Okay, other side. Left ear to shoulder. Now, whichever is your dominant hand, you're going to feel a lot more tension on that side. Extend the arm if you choose. Feel it go top line, scalenes, even wrapping through the rotator cuff and down to your elbow, some people. Adding the weight of the hand to the side of the head. Bring your arm back to center. Take that tension out and then just clasp the back of the skull, tuck the nose towards the shoulders, and we pull on that kind of upward diagonal as we tuck the nose. Gently release, come to neutral. I'm going to tuck our chin. Draw the elbows down towards the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, now relax. Think of that again, drawing the elbows down and relax. I'm losing my voice. Sorry. It's strive. Oh my gosh.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll help you.
Do you want this back?
Just do a tuck and a selfie for a minute there, and I'll see.
So we're going to do two different things at this point. We're going to do nose down and yell into your mic. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to take our nose up toward the ceiling in the distance so that we're stretching the underside of our neck. We're not trying to look up toward the ceiling and crick the back of our neck. We want to be long and lengthy, stretching out. Now again, tuck your nose. And again, lengthen and point that nose way off into the distance. And relax that. The other thing we're gonna do, go ahead, you can.
I thought he was done. What else? Oh, I'm curious.
Fill time with
Oh, the chicken neck. Let's sit with our legs extended long. Make sure you're on your seat bones. Move some flesh away from those seat bones. Get a good connection with your mat. Okay, and we're just going to bend a knee and put the foot on the ground here. So once we've done that, this is my right knee is bent, right foot on the ground. This extended heel is coming to center mat. We're just doing the modified version of this. So it comes to center mat. Why it's doing that is so we can take this leg on the other side and put the foot down. If this is too much for you, we'll do the whole sequence with your foot on this side of your knee. That's okay. Okay? Otherwise, let's get here, nice and tall. Then we're just going to put the right hand down and lift the left to the sky, and then hook that elbow into the outside of that knee and come into a turn. You might have to lean back a little bit to do this, finding the space for your body to turn. Inhale tall. You can just hold on, absolutely. Inhale tall and exhale turn. There's a little different engagement of the shoulders if you have the high sign going on. Look forward, extend the arms out, extend, and we come into a counter stretch just by laying them down to the one side here, looking over to the left. Come back to center, and we're gonna go rocking the baby here. So we're just gonna pick up that ankle, you move your leg out to be a little more straight, and just rock into the hip, nice and low. Be friendly. This is really, really good to create some glide in the hip here. Now look for what you've got to give to this stretch today. Maybe you can get your shin a little closer to your upper body. That doesn't mean bring your body closer to your shin, not yet, soon. First we bring the shin up to the chest, okay? See how Kevin's got his baby all nicely cuddled there? So some people will be able to do that. Some days I can and some days I can't. It's a lot. Otherwise you're just holding and rocking, whatever you need to be. Be nice to your baby. I think yours might need a hair. Oh, that's very nice.
I think I kissed the wrong end.
Let's just hold this now. Quit rocking. We're just fooling around. And let's bring this forward. This is that figure four stretch again. We're just laying the shoulders on top of the leg, very deep in a stretch here. Take a breath and see if you can just relax. And I know it's intense. This is an intense stretch. Come on up. Lift that knee up and put the foot down. Let's get that hip settled back exactly where it's supposed to be and extend the leg long. Flex the toes, point the toes. Flex and point, and create some circles with the feet. And pause. We're going to the other side. Bend the knee.
I want to do the other side.
Oh, other direction? Bend the knee. And then bring that heel to center. Yep. We are on the left side. And then decide, are you got to cross over on this side? Some people have very different hips also.
Some are manufactured.
Well, some are manufactured hips. Holding on, nice and tall. Let's anchor that left hand behind. Reach up. Let's take the gravity out of our spine, lift it up, and turn. Turn and lock that elbow into the knee if you choose, or just take a grip and look to your left. Soften the jaw, nod the head. This is not intense in the neck. Inhale, tall. Exhale, turn. Look forward. Extend the arms forward. And use that space to do your counter stretch. Lightly lay the hands over to one side. Come to center. Rock this baby. We happen to have twins. Paying attention. When you do those initial parts of your stretch from one side of the body to the other, don't go into it with expectations. You need to see what your body needs on each side and really just support that and encourage, of course. We're not here to baby ourselves. We're here to make gradual progress. Baby! Can you bring it any closer? We're so silly. Can you bring it closer? And just keep that little bit of motion there. And he's very kind. Let's bring our shoulders following the legs down, down, and down. Can you feel that in the back of your extended leg? That's pretty intense.
So much.
Come on to upright. Bring that foot alongside and extend it long. Or one more time to our hands and knees. You might choose seated. This is cat-cow. Okay, and so we're going to, it's easy to do in the seated position. You would just come through an arch and then a sway, but we're going to go to our hands and knees for this. You choose seated, that's fine. Knowing how to do a seated cat-cow is really good if you're doing a lot of computer and office work and things like that, just to be able to take that spine break here. Hands underneath shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees under hips. Leading with the tailbone here. We have a nice flat back. We're going to lift the tailbone and sway the spine. Heart comes forward. Tuck the tailbone, arch the back, press through the shoulders. That's cat. Inhale, swoop the heart forward, sway the spine. Exhale, arch it up. Push through. Inhale, sway. Exhale, arch. And one more time. Exhale. And we're going to do a thing that we call shoulder corkscrews, okay? Staying with this, I'm coming forward for this. So when we're doing our hands and knees like this, we've got the creases of our elbows, or like mine are like this, are pointed towards the front. Now think of shoulders, don't think of elbows. You just kind of bulldog and you roll into the shoulder cuff, and then you bring the elbows underneath. Bulldog. It's a rotation in the shoulders. Just feel that. One more time. And come to a halt, come back to seated. We are going to be laying down for a big chunk of the class here now, what's left. And I want, if you haven't done them with us, we'll very quickly show you where we're headed, and then we'll cue through afterwards. Sciatica nerve glides is what we're going to be doing first. Kevin, do you want to just do that and I'll cue? So he has a foot cramp.
Sure.
If you get a foot cramp, just kind of bend, fold up your toes towards your shins a little bit. Okay, so sciatica nerve glide is you're grabbing the back of a thigh on one of these bent knees. Both knees are bent. You're going to grab the back of the thigh. Okay, start with your knee bent. That's right, you pull the knee to the chest. Okay, now he's going to take his toes up towards the ceiling, straighten that leg, and not be really intense. Okay, a little bit of a pull in the hands, and then flex the toes, point the toes, bend the knee, bring it down, and put it down. Lower it down a little bit. Well, no, hang on. And then we go back. And then we pull it up, and we go up, and we flex and point. So that's sciatic nerve glide, and we'll do that on both sides. Then we're going to do a bridge float. I will cue you through this. This is basically feet are apart here. We lift the hips, and we lower the hips. Okay, lift the hips, and lower the hips. And then when we lower the hips, we were going to probably hug the knees to the chest. And both legs are going to straighten up towards the sky, flex and point. Feet down, back to bridge float. One more thing before we lay down. And then we're going to do windshield wipers. Feet are very close together, knees are very close together. See how his hip comes over, but his shoulders are nice and flat? Okay, so let's lay down. I'll talk you through it. Now that you've kind of seen it, you won't have to be sitting up to look at the camera too much. Lay down, knees are bent. Feet are on the floor about hip distance apart. Settle your shoulders. Are you braced through your shoulders? We tend to, I don't know why, but we roll our shoulders forward. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you a little bit. Relax those shoulders. Tuck your jaw. Let's take the left foot, left knee, and just grab behind the knee, hug it into the chest. Now straighten the leg towards the ceiling, point the toes, and just support with the hand behind the leg. Flex the toes, point the toes, flex, point, bend the knee, hug it deeply into the chest. One more time that side. Toes up and draw the leg a little bit towards the face. Flex and point, and flex and point. Bend the knee and hug it to the chest. Let's put that foot down. Other leg, hug the knee to the chest. I will tell you right now, I had a bad horse accident when I was a child. My ankle is fused. I will cue you for flexing, but I'm not demonstrating. Take the toes up towards the ceiling. Flex and point. As you're putting some tension to the back of the leg, flex and point. Bend the knee, hug the knee to the chest. Straighten, flex and point. Now, is your chin starting to lift up? Let's get that tucked in, flex and point. Hug the knee to the chest and put that foot down. Feet are about hip distance apart. Just put your hands down alongside your body, palms down. We're headed for a bridge float. Spread the toes wide. Press through the soles of the feet, press through the shoulders, and lift the hips off the mat. Get that nice angle to the body. Lift and lower and melt down. Inhale, lift up. Get some height. Squeeze through the glutes. Squeeze into the quads. Lift the belly button towards the sky. Then relax all those muscles and melt down. Stop lifting your chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. We're just going to stack it up a little bit here. Hug the knees to the chest. Take the toes to the ceiling. Grab the back of the legs. Flex the toes. Bend the knees, feet back down. That's a bit of a bridge float. Let's do it all together again. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, melt down. Take a breath there. Inhale. Exhale, hug the knees to the chest. Inhale, toes to the ceiling. Support the back of the legs. Exhale, flex the toes. Bend the knees, feet go down, and one final bridge lift. Lift it up, push through the toes, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, tuck the shoulder blades underneath you and lift. Not holding your breath, but really activating. Now let every muscle relax and sink down. There you go. Tuck the chin. Put the feet side by side, really close together, knees are close together, and just put your arms out at a big T shape. Let's lay the knees over to one side and then the other. They call this windshield wipers. This is when the blizzard is just starting in Alberta, not when we have full on going with transport trucks going past us. Sweeping from side to side, feeling good in the hips. And bring your arms to center, roll over on your side, and come up to seated to close out the class today. We're just going to do something very, very gentle to close out the class. Let me see how much time I've got. We're good. We're going to keep our knees bent and our legs extended long. But keep that space underneath your knees. Okay? I'm just going to reach out past the toes. Pull the elbows back into a row. And extend. Big breath in. Exhale, come back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back. One more. Come to upright. Let's bend the knees deeply enough that you can imagine just laying your upper body upon your thighs. Okay? Find that support. We're going to do this most simple forward fold possible. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just lay yourself down upon your thighs and just kind of just drape around your knees and your thighs. Just starting to talk to the hamstrings. Come on up. We're going to ask a little bit more of this. Step the heels out about an inch away from the body. Maybe you can still get your body on top of your thighs. Inhale, tall. Exhale, come on forward. Can you still support that forward fold? Come on up. Is that where you need to be, or do you got a little bit more? Step your feet away. Inhale, tall. Exhale, forward fold. Watching for progress. Wherever you've had to stop to support your upper body, take note of that and watch for progress as you do classes with us. Come on to upright. Cross your legs. Find the balance in your body. Done a really great job of finding some stretching and flexibility and just making our whole body be nourished. Let's inhale wide. Exhale, we're just going to give ourselves a hug. Wrap the arms around, tuck the chin in, curl up, bring the shoulders forward. Look at which arm's on top. Inhale wide, big breath in. Other arm on top, curl it up, blow out all the air. Come to neutral spine. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be looking for the videos available if you want to do this one more time or 2 more times in the next week or so. But we really appreciate you joining us, and watch for updates. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks.